All right, 66 days. Can you imagine? Louis Jordan was lost at sea for more than 2 months and finally found safe. His story has not only gained national attention, but is also bringing sailing safety into the conversation. And joining us today from SailTime is Wayne Divany. Thank you so much for being with us today, sir.
My pleasure.
What was your reaction when you heard that they actually found this man?
I was absolutely amazed, and he has survival instincts far beyond mine.
How hard is it to be in that situation? Is that a skill that you can actually learn to survive like that?
I think that is a skill that you kind of learn over a lifetime and have instincts for that. It's very difficult to teach after the disaster that happened to him. Very difficult to teach just what comes next, okay? Because it is just pure survival. How do I get water? How do I get food? How do I just exist?
Even though he is a success story, how do you teach your students to prevent getting themselves into situations like these?
Well, I think that's really the start of it is prevention. Number one, okay, and safety first.
Right.
All right. So it's starting with the basics of learning how to sail and learning how to navigate.
Right.
Okay. Learning what kind of safety equipment must be on your boat. Okay. In order to be able to deal with whatever exigencies may come along, right. And forced to be able to take those steps necessary before the crisis happens.
Right.
Including weather forecasting, it's critically important, okay? And if a mistake is made, thinking, oh, it's just going to be a nice day, and I'm just going to go out for a little afternoon sail, and the next thing you know, you're in big trouble.
What do you pack in a sailboat?
Just all, want a VHF radio so you can communicate, okay? Safety flares, life vests, okay? All the necessary safety equipment as prescribed by the U.S. Coast Guard, right. Are the typical things that would be in each of the boats. But in the course of the curriculum, 10 years ago I started here in Hampton Roads, the American Sailing Association accredited sailing school, okay. And so we use all of their curriculum that teaches the basic sailing course, basic coastal cruising, bareboat chartering, coastal navigation, advanced coastal, and so it's a whole curriculum, and it is regimented in such a way that you're spending X number of days on the water, classroom training as well, and it's all of those basics that build on to be able to, number one, so that you have the education preparedness, okay, and then experience. If you're not out there practicing, what you don't use, you lose. And so that's what we really have as another part of our business is our membership program, so that you don't have to buy a boat. You can just join us as a member to continue practicing and honing those skills.
Mr. Divany, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Janet.